Today, a final terrible walk cycle, and I'll show you some fluorescent lighting. All right, back to a blank storyboard. It says she walks in, the door closes. I knew this was back to a shot from behind her, watching her walk in and the door would close. None of that is indicated here. Sometimes just a note to yourself to keep yourself in mind of what you want to do is enough. But I could have done a quick sketch of the back of her head. I don't know why I didn't. I guess because I figured I didn't need to. And let's go ahead and jump into the shot. So here's the shot. We are looking at her from behind. I actually believe I turned off the light above her head. It was smacking her too hard, and I wanted your eyes to be drawn to the inside of the room and where she was headed. So it does not match the shot before. You see her lit up there. The top of her head would be lit up fairly well. But here it's not lit up at all, which is a conceit that I'm fine with. When she goes in, you can kind of see right above her head. I've got the neon lighting there. You'll see it flicker possibly for just a smidge, but we zoom in on this shot as she goes. So let's take a look. Again, this is a terrible walk cycle. And she looks very robotic and not a great walk cycle. I should have done better with that. So there she is. She walked in and the door slams shut. And one last time to look at the lighting. So with the lighting as it flickers, I turn down the emission on the actual light itself and then the lighting in the room. And you can take one last look at the room. Everything's in there from before. And then when she gets farther in, the door slams shut. And if you look, you can see the other character just through that slit. And there we go. All right, let's look at the Blender file. So here we are again. We are back to that same setup as before. We don't have the full alley. We just have this wall from it. And I have switched to the other camera to get the angle from behind her. Everything else is exactly how we left it from before. And the only difference is she's going to walk in. You can see her feet. Let's move this up. You can see her feet slipping and sliding. Terrible walk sequence. Her upper body doesn't move enough. It's actually something, looking now, I really should have done better at. But you can see here as she goes in, the camera follows a little bit. Not as fast as her because the camera's going to stay outside. But that is it. She walks in and the door slams shut. And then we are out of the short. So everything here is exactly as you saw it before. The other character's just standing there. Could have maybe animated him a little bit to see him through that slit. I could have lit him a little bit maybe to see through that slit. But I really wanted your eyes to be inside this room to see what she had to deal with as she went in there, and the lighting that was blinking. Let's take a look at that light. So here we are. The light has multiple textures. The fluorescent texture I separated out from the rest of the lamp. So you can see the light flickers here in the timeline. You can see the power go up and down. And then at the exact same point in the timeline, you'll see down here the power go up and down on this actual light that's actually lighting the room. So this is lighting the room, and then this is just lighting the lamp because you can see it here in the shot. As she walks in, it flickers. We can't see it here. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can see it. It's going to be slow, but we'll get it done. So as we go in, it flickers. I don't think I take it all the way off. I think I take it just way down. Comes back up and then stays on as she walks in. Then it flashes a little bit and then it just stays on as the door closes. So you can also see that when the door closes, this guy doesn't actually do anything. The door is just closing on its own. Just a couple of keyframes on the door to open and close it. And that is it for this shot. So that wraps up my shot-by-shot breakdown of my animated short, Welcome to Texas. Tomorrow, I'm announcing a whole new project. I'll see you then.